So why bring up George Floyd? Um, Happened in 2020. He was just one of many times where excessive force was used by local law enforcement. And our nation took sides. Trump back then took the side of the officer, and people took sides of the officer, or they believed that George Floyd was something else. No, that's the problem. Honor has nothing to do with an individual officer or the President of the United States or the people who are being victimized. Honor at the end of the day is found inside of the simple truth. We follow the Constitution, and the values and the principles laid out into the Constitution are more important than that of an individual officer, of the President of the United States, or anyone who has ever been victimized under law, be they whether you think George Floyd was the most evil man that has ever lived, or whether or not you think law enforcement are the most evil things that exist. It doesn't matter. What matters to honor is to always say the simple truth. The constitutional protections must be upheld. It's why a core law that we all must uphold in order to destroy the swamp and hold honor are laws like 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Because that law is one paragraph long, and it covers any type of damage that the government or law enforcement does, be at the level of the city or the President of the United States. The Constitution comes first, and that's it. You don't worry about who that person is. We can have debates over what excessive use of force and what is excessive violations of the Constitution. But putting the Constitution first, that cop is like every cop. The victim is us. And how we allow law enforcement and the government to treat individuals is how we allow them to treat us. It is not calling a bad thing to a cop to follow the Constitution under 18 U.S.C. 242. It is calling that officer to be better. It is calling for the greatness of law enforcement officers. It is calling for the greatness of presidents and the greatness of representatives, for them to follow 18 U.S.C. 242 and for them to follow the Constitution. It is hard to follow the Constitution. It is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to be hard for all of us even to agree to certain provisions of the Constitution and the extent and what is the proper and improper use of it. These are good things to have, but at the end of the day, stay true to what is 18 U.S.C. 242. The government, no matter what level of government, cannot deprive people of their rights under color of law. Stay centered on the virtue of the Constitution. Stay centered on the virtue that is being called to us by 18 U.S.C. 242. Stay true. That should be the lesson of George Floyd. Regardless of how you see him, it's calling us to be better and to uphold the values of the Constitution higher than that of anything else. Thank you. I hope you got value out of this, and if you did, please like and share this video, and subscribe. That's just trying to help us grow to the point where, yeah, we can start restoring the honor of Washington, D.C., and begin this debate and solve this debate and clean the swamp by the American people collectively agreeing that the swamp must be ended, and that begins by restoring our honor. So please like, share, and subscribe.